So, I've been watching this show lately called Bluey. Have you guys heard of it at all?
No, I haven't.
No.
Okay, so it's a cartoon, and it's for small kids, but a lot of adults my age, I think, like are really, really into it, especially if you have small children. And a lot of it like aligns with Chi for Two, but some of it doesn't. And there's this episode that I just watched that I just want to talk about.
Cool.
It's called Stick Bird. Okay, so there's a family of dogs, and there's a dad and a mom and 2 daughters. Bluey is the oldest one, she's 6, and then she has a little sister, Bingo. And they go to the beach, and dad is all distracted that day, and you can tell he's just not as present as he usually is, and having a hard time and getting kind of like nudged by his wife every now and then, like, hey, come on. He's like, oh, I'm trying. And then he goes off to play with Bingo, the youngest one. She finds a stick that looks just like a bird's head. So she sticks it into the sand and makes like a little sand bird, and it's like this beautiful creature she's created. They walk off to go get some more sticks. And while they're gone, these other kids playing on the beach separately from them run past and say, oh, a stick! Pull it up and run off with it. And Stick Bird is dead.
Oh no.
And Bingo is just very, very devastated. And so
I like Bingo. Like Bingo's
she
dog.
does
Bingo,
this.
exactly.
She does this. She goes, they are my rivals. She's so angry and wants to go attack, but she can't get her claws out. And her dad says, once you make something and you put it out in the world, it's not really yours anymore. And that's very sad. But she just doesn't know what to do with her emotions. And Bingo runs up and is like, hey, what's going on? Oh, I learned this thing that can help you get these feelings out. So you don't like the way you feel. So, okay, so you can gather it up.
Chi for Two.
Yeah. And then,
Gather up the goo.
so gathering up the goo. And then they throw it out into the ocean. So Bingo throws her energy out first, and then they are like, oh, we feel better. We're going to go run off and play. And Dad pauses a moment, and he's obviously got some stuff that's needed to come up all day. So he gathers it up and throws it into the ocean. And that's the episode. And it just, it's lovely, but it's also very frustrating.
Yes, because it's so close to Chi for Two.
So close.
Dad gets to throw the ocean, but then Bluey would need to throw it, be able to, then ideally we coach Dad to let Bluey throw it to Dad.
And I mean, even at the beginning, like, or earlier on, when Bingo's feeling upset, like understanding what it is she's shutting down, movement that she's unable to do. Like, of course she wants to fight them. They took this thing that she loved, and how to focus that is so wonderful in Chi for Two, having the Flinging Goo practice that you can get your claws out and throw and attack, not shame those feelings and shut them down.
Right.
So that's wonderful, but ideally Dad would be able to catch that. He wasn't, it didn't seem like he had his hula hoop. He didn't have the ability, he didn't have his catcher's mitts up.
And then it had to be the older sister who had the information. And of course I think about you two and your sibling dances as a twin, and then you as oldest sibling. What was it like to hear that?
Yeah, it's very interesting because I think a lot of times as an older sibling, you want to try to impart some knowledge, you want to try to give some advice to your younger siblings, but at the same time, you're a peer of theirs. And so you're not in the place to really catch energy, or Chi for Two, educates us to know that as a sibling, you're not really in the place to catch energy. It is, this is what has helped me, but when it comes to like throwing energy and receiving energy, but amongst siblings, that's not, the pathway for sure.